if you're new to hunting and you want to learn how to score your harvest this year very easily and effectively and accurate, this video is for you, so stay tuned. Alright, so this is pretty simple. You only need a few things that are easily affordable. We have a flexible ruler. We have some baler's twine or any string that you want to use, and you'll see why. And a marker, and that's pretty much it. And you'll probably also need a calculator on your phone. So I got one right here. So this is pretty simple to do. First, as you can see, it's a pretty typical looking rack, so not much has to be deducted from it. I mean, this side is a little bit taller than this side, but that's okay. This is just a rough estimate. It's pretty easy to do. So basically what you do is, this is where your string comes into play, and this is for measuring how long the actual tine is from here going all the way around. And then this is where you use your marker as well. So we'll get out the marker. Now what you do is you take your string, you start at the very tip of the tine, right at the end, and then you go all the way down, stretch it all the way down, and then go to the base of the burr, which is where the horn is attached to the skull cap. And then what you do is you take your marker, and then you mark that piece of string. Pretty simple. So then you go ahead, take this off. You're done with the marker now. So put the caps back on it. Then what you do is you take your string, you stretch it out like this. You find your mark. I'm going to use this for weight. Then you measure here to here, and it was about 13 inches before it came off. So you take your 13 inches, and this is where you're going to start incorporating it into your calculator. And you basically want to double every measurement because it's a pretty typical rack, and so both sides are pretty much the same. So 13 and 13 is going to be 26. So 26 is your main beam length, because that'll be 13 and 13 for both sides. The next thing that we want to measure is the tines. And a tine will count when the length is smaller than the actual dimension of the tine. So say your tine is 1.5 inches in length, but it's 2 inches wide, it doesn't count as a tine. It doesn't classify as a tine. So this tine right here, as you can see, is definitely longer than it is wide. So these tines actually all count for measurement. So we're going to start here with the G1. That is going to be your brow tines. So they are roughly, we're going to take a ruler, we're going to measure them, and the brow tines are 2 inches. So we're going to say 4 inches because for both sides. So we'll add that into our calculator. 4 inches. Okay. Now we're next going to move on to our G2s, which is right here. This is the tine right after your brow tine. So we're going to measure that. And that is about 4.5. So we're going to go 9 inches then. So we're going to put that in, 9 inches. Now we're going to move on to the G3, which is right here. And that measures roughly another 4 inches. So 8 inches. And the next thing we're going to measure is this tine right here, just the outer tines. So you do that, just go from here all the way to the end. It's about 5.5, so 11 inches for both sides. So you add that in, pretty easy. Okay, the next thing that you have to measure now is the widest or the narrowest point on the tines for each one. So what you do is you find the narrowest point between each tine. So it'll be in here, and then the narrowest point here. So right here looks like the narrowest point is about right here. So you take your flexible ruler, you go around, and it is 3 inches. So 3 and 3, 6 inches. Okay, then you want to go in between here, find the narrowest point, and these are called the H measurements. This is your H1, H2, H3. So now we're doing the H2 measurement. So the narrowest point looks about right in here, and that's going to be another 3 inches, so 6 inches again. Now we're going to do in between here, which looks like it's about right in here somewhere. So we measure that, 2 inches, so 4 inches. Okay, and then what you do is you go, this is the last measurement, this is going to be the spread. And now this is going to be the point in between here and here. You find the narrowest point of the spread. So it's going to be right here and right here. So it's 9.5. So we plug that in. And the rough gross score for this 8-point is going to be 83.5 inches. And it's pretty basic. And what you would do then, like say you would have an abnormal point, is what they call them, that would come off of here. You would have to measure that, and then you would have to deduct it from this, because it's classified as a non-typical rack at that point. So everything, no, all the abnormal points that are coming off would classify it as abnormal points, and then you would subtract them from your gross score. And this is called a green score. This is 83.5. And you can get more complex with your measurements, but that's just a basic, quick rundown of it. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and tune in next time for more awesome hunting content. Thanks for watching.